friends. We are live. We're doing a video, and the subject of the video is the age-old question: is it a spider or is it a hairy rock?
Are we back?
We're back. Yes. Uh, Internet problems. This is why I normally just go off my mobile data. This is why I go through 16 gigabytes of mobile data a month. Where were we? Yes. This is my Pamphobetus SP Macala, common name Colombian Purple Starburst, or at least it was when I got her because they tend to change. Um, she's called Opal, and I thought she was a spider, but in fact, she's a rock. Oh, yeah. Look at that rock. That rock is not moving. It's a very still rock. Very scary, hairy rock. Definitely not a tarantula, who's in a sulk with me because the coconut went a bit funny and I had to take it away. So she's currently got a plastic cup, which is not the same as her coconut, and she's very angry with me. Um, this spider molted today, and I was going to show you her previous molts, um, but I lifted it up out of my molt collection in its tub, and I put it down somewhere, and I don't know where it is. So instead, I'm going to compare it to some of the other spiders' molts, just so you can get an idea of how ridiculously bloody huge this spider must be by now, right? So this is her molt. This is Opal's molt. Look at this. Flipping huge it is. Look, that's as big as my palm. I've got little hands, I know, but like, that's quite big. It's quite big considering she wasn't very big when I first got her. Like, the malt's just well past the point of being able to sex because it's proper destroyed. But yeah, so this is Opal's malt, and let me just compare this to Tasha's last malt. Tasha is my Brachypelma albipilosa, my curly hair tarantula. There's quite a size difference here. Quite a size difference. Opal is clearly bigger than Tasha. Um, um, but I've also got Debbie Harry, mine a Handu Tripapi, my Brazilian blonde. I've also got her last malt here. So let's compare those. We've got Debbie Harry here and Opal here. Uh, these are looking about the same size. Wow. I'm not sure what this means for Opal because I thought she was close-ish to full size, um, but she might not be. Uh, Obviously, I don't actually know if it's a he or a she. I always just take a guess. I always just like. Did you see that episode of American Dad where Steve can just tell what sex the chicks are in the Chinese chicken factory? Like, I feel like I'm like that. I just look at them and I go, ah, you're a girl. Or, ah, you're a boy. Or, oh, you're still working things out. But, yeah, so Opal's sulking, but Opal is flippin' huge. Like, when I first got her, she had this beautiful, like the Christmas tree pattern on her back, like in red and black. And now it looks like her abdomen's all black, and the red has gone from the carapace. It's not like, I mean, it'd been like sun starred, but it's not like that anymore. And now it looks like she's developing white lines on her little leggies. So that could be sort of getting to adult colours. I'm not sure, but we're going to just let this little rock sit here and sulk. Um, in other news, this is Opal's old enclosure. This is what she was in from being a sling to her previous molt, which was in June. So she's only molted 2 months ago, which is a bit worrying because it's like I think she's only had one meal, one or two. She's not had that much. I've not been like power feeding her. Like I said, Monday's feed day, but like it just means that's the day I feed the ones who need feeding, just not everyone sometimes. Um, so now this is Marley's enclosure, and my Marley is Phimictopus SP Green, which is some sort of giant bird-eating species, but I don't actually know what the common name for this one is. I don't think there is a solid one. Marley has buried herself in this. Um, Marley, who'd always actually just been quite interested in climbing and escaping out, has now dug herself a nice big tunnel system. So as long as she's happy, she can make her own decisions. She's a growing spider. That's what she does. Um, so Sid and Nancy died, and I was very upset. But I ordered some new hissers, so I now have my own hisser colony. Um, there are a few adults in here. I've not really been able to tell girls, boys. They're all sort of hiding underneath that egg box. Um, I'm really not sure on the numbers. I didn't think you could buy live insects on eBay, but that's where I bought these. And I thought, like maybe because they're feeder insects, it's probably a reputable seller. By the way, this has got mesh glued into the lid that like I use on the cricket ones. So, I can still open this, I can still take off the lid, but if there's any nymphs, they won't be able to escape. Um, but yeah, I bought these off eBay, and I didn't know you could buy live insects off eBay. I don't know if it's because the feeders or what. I don't know if that's like not part of the rules, but I thought it was a decent offer. It was like 10 cockroaches, and then they threw in some free ones as well. Like, I mean, why don't I just say like it's this many cockroaches? Um, and they're not sort of, well, I don't think the full adult size, or some of them like they're freshly malted. It looks like. Because some of them like are really light in colour. They've got some carrot in there, they've got some bug grub, they've got some bug gel, they've got a water dish. Um, I asked, apparently this is fine for now. When they start having nymphs, that's when they'll need to be upgraded to a bigger size enclosure, but for now, they're fine. Apparently it can take up to 60 days for nymphs and things, so the problem with this was how the seller sent them, and I don't want to shame anyone, so I'm not gonna like share that seller's name or anything. I'm not wearing any makeup, by the way. um, yeah, so like I don't want to shame the seller, so I'm not going to say their name. Only that I bought these on eBay, but this is what they were sent in, and by this I mean literally this. Um, this is a cardboard box, and it had a bunch of egg carton stuff in it. Like, can you hear that? That's roach poop. They were just loose in this box, and you can see the bottom there. You can actually see right through that because it's just sellotape. So the box was not marked. It had my address on the top. I took that off, but the box was not marked as containing live harmless insects. The cockroaches were literally scuttling around in this box. It took me forever to get them out. I don't think that's generally a good way of sending. Sorry, Opal. A good way of sending cockroaches, because the box could have ripped open. They could have gone everywhere. The sellotape could have come off the box, off the base. The box could have gotten damaged. What were the post office supposed to do if the box had gotten ripped into and then suddenly they had like a load of hissing cockroaches walking around inside the postal office? I don't think some people would have been happy about that. So if you sell cockroaches on eBay, can you please put the roaches into another container with air holes like inside the box, and still put the egg cartons around, because like I mean, the tough little so and so getting like bashed around a bit I don't actually think would harm them that badly, but it's like if they got out that could be not good. So yeah, I've talked about Marley, I've talked about the roaches, and I've talked about Opal. The other thing I just wanted to mention very briefly, inside my Kylie and Kendall bag that I won on a tombola, I have my Noire lipsticks that I got from Noire Lips. I am a brand ambassador for this company. I don't get paid by them. I don't get free products. I buy my own products, but I like their products, so I promote their products, and that's what being like an ambassador for their brand is all about. I'm going to put on the other colour because the other night I was wearing Irby from the Empress collection. This is from the Summer Solstice collection. This is called Shuffle. And I'm trying not to apply this too heavily uh, because I'm dressed for bed. And I'm going to take this off again. And I don't want to be scrubbing my lips before I go to bed. So, uh, there we go. This is what Shuffle looks like when it's applied. I know I did like a hand swatch the other night, but I was wearing Irby, which is this one, which is like probably my favourite lipstick at the minute. But I thought I'd show you what the other one looks like. I really like this colour. Shuffle, the Solstice collection. Use code Beauty20. I do not get a percentage from this. This is just a general code for the website. No one, no one's got like any individual codes. There's no percentages earned from it. It's just going to save you 20%. These are normally $12, so what's 20%? Like it's like $2 off, like $2.50, something like that. It brings them down to $10. These are vegan lipsticks. It's a black-owned brand. It's an indie brand, and I really, really like these. They've got a new collection out, which I don't have one yet from, which is called Pink Boss, and there's a beautiful, beautiful gloss in that called CEO. So nice. And the thing is, these lipsticks, they look brilliant on pretty much everyone I see wearing them. So if you're on Instagram, check out my Instagram account. It's at Colourblind Beauty, with a British spelling, with a U. Um, and I promote them on my Instagram as well. That's where I first discovered them. So check it out if you are interested in lipsticks. That was the other thing. This is why I had the lipsticks, to remind myself I'm going to start a Patreon. And the Patreon, I've sort of set it up. I've done the basic page, but I've not got anything on there yet. Do not go there yet. It's going to be called Lipsticks and Tarantulas, and the idea will be that anything that I get from the Patreon will just go towards the spiders, and any lipstick stuff I post on there, I would not count the Patreon money towards that, but I'm just going to still post stuff there. It's just bonus content, really. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start a Patreon, and just even if like a couple of people give me a couple of one random off, like here's £2, yay, that's a box of crickets, that'll feed the spiders. Because even though these videos, I start again. Even though these videos are monetized, I haven't actually had any money yet. You can't complete your AdSense account until Google sends you a confirmation of your address thing, and you can't apply to say you've not had it until 6 months have passed, and I've not had it and 6 months have not passed yet. So yeah, I've just got to wait longer, and then I get to tell Google, hello, I've not had a letter yet to confirm my address, and I know there's some money that I could possibly have, and that would be very nice, please and thank you. That could potentially like pay for a new shed as a place to keep my spiders. So yes, I believe there is a decent amount of money waiting in my AdSense account. Not like life changing money, but probably enough to buy a new shed. So yes, I wanted to say that that will be upcoming. And as soon as I finish this live stream, I'm going to try and enable the comments because I've got to do this manually, otherwise it just doesn't work. So if you can comment, please let me know down below in the comments what you would like to see on a Patreon. Like, I'm not going to set like any tiers or anything like that. I'm just going to be like, just whatever, like 50p, a pound, whatever. So I'm not going to set any tiers. It's just going to be just for everyone. If they want to like contribute a little bit towards crickets and spiders and things. So yes, let me know in the comments down below. Also down below in the comments is a link to Noire Lips. Please go get one. I really, really, really like these products, and I want the brand to continue. And the only way it's going to continue if more people buy their lipstick. So that would be cool if you have like a spare few dollars and you want to get yourself a nice pretty lipstick. Beauty20, I don't earn a percentage. I am not paid. This is not sponsored. Okay, in fact, actually, I did tell the CEO about the last video, and I don't think she watched the video because I was like, by the way, there are tarantulas in it. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm going to come off the live stream now. I'm going to try and enable the comments so that people can comment and tell me what they think. And yeah, hopefully that will lead to me being able to replace this beautiful tiara with one that is not made of plastic. That's my wish. You know, like, can I upgrade one to like metal and glass? That would be also cool. Okay.